Buenos días y bienvenidos a todos. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shearer, and I am the Spiritual Director and Founding Minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password, or check our website, www.cslpv.org, and you'll find the link on the weekly talk section. Today is Sunday, December 14th, 2025. We are continuing our annual theme of Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. And the topic for this month is shedding our skin. Today's topic is from crackly to supple. Once again, the suggested book reading for this month is Freedom from Discord by Reverend Dr. David Alexander. So at this time, I would like to once again welcome everyone, including those that are new to our teaching and to our center here in Vallarta, whether you are on the Zoom call live or watching the replay at a later time. I'd also like to just say and give our prayers to those that were affected last night, both in the United States and in Australia, with the mass shootings. Our hearts go out to those that were affected and their families. So just please join me in prayer for them. Here we teach a philosophy that honors all faith traditions. So whatever path you are on, please know that it is the right one for you. So once again, welcome everyone. The philosophy that we teach is called the Science of Mind, and it's based on New Thought and ancient wisdom, where we offer spiritual tools to promote personal growth. And once again, we honor diversity in all aspects. When Dr. Ernest Holmes founded this teaching in the 1920s, he had studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts in order to create the Science of Mind, which focuses on the individual use of thoughts and this powerful thing called the mind. And when asked to provide a concise definition of the of the Science of Mind teaching, he replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week, we offer an inspirational message. We offer the Zoom meeting at 10 a.m., as well as meeting in person on Sundays at noon. And we have found a new location this month, and I'll give you more of that at the end. Also, whether you are on the Zoom call or in person, please join us afterwards to hang out with like-minded people to enjoy some coffee and a great conversation. So as each week, we review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by our vision, creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. And now, as we have been continuing the creative thought prayer, from the Creative Thought magazine, and this is from December 2014. And as you may know, spiritual mind treatment is always given in the first person. So please join me and take these words as your own, if you so choose. As I turn my gaze inward, I sense only God, one power, one presence, and one source of all life. As I come into the conscious realization of my Creator, I am aware that all that it is, I am. Its eternal love comforts me, and its limitless peace soothes me. I always have all that I need when I remember that God is my source. There is a holy gate within me that leads me to God. Every moment presents another opportunity for me to cross the divine threshold that unites me with Spirit. God beckons me to embrace its sacred essence so that I may continue to remember that I am always loved, always cared for, and always guided to my highest and best good. Today is the day I open the holy gate and come home to the divine power that lives within me. I allow Spirit into my life and surrender to its love and grace, knowing life only gets better and easier when I do so. I am filled with gratitude and love as I open myself up to God. I release this word into the law, knowing it is done, and so it is. And that was originally submitted by licensed practitioner Dale Olansky from Palm Desert, California. So December is a time of moving from darkness into light. And we change seasons from fall to winter through the solstice, where darkness deepens into the darkest point of the year and then shifts and emerges into the light. In some cultures and traditions, it's a holy season and is celebrated with families, gifts, Thanksgiving, lights, and sacred celebration. Today is the first day of Hanukkah. For those that celebrate, Happy Hanukkah. It is also a time of isolation and possible loneliness. And it may be difficult for many who have lost loved ones, especially around this time of year. So we embrace and embody our beloved community that can help support, nurture, and comfort our pain and joy. And we can arise together out of this darkness. We can encourage sacred circles that hold space to share that pain and allow for healing. And we can lean into support of one another through whatever circumstance that we find ourselves in and rise out of the darkness into a light and stronger, more whole, with increased hope, courage, and faith. We can then be more inspired and encouraged that everything will truly be and already is all right in our lives and in this world. Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote this: "Your soul belongs to the universe. Your mind is an outlet through which the creative intelligence of the universe seeks fulfillment." So last week, we discussed shedding our old skin. The dry skin peels away, releasing what no longer serves us, thereby making room for growth, healing, and embracing the newness of life. Evolution and growth are key qualities that lead us from the aspects of life that are dry and crackly to the space of softness and suppleness. And through this process of the life cycle, everything has its moment, from birth to death, from old to new. It is the cycle and circle of life that engages all aspects and all facets of this continuum. Things grow and progress, become stagnant, wither and die, and then evolve yet once again. There are many examples in nature that demonstrate this principle, such as a tree bark, snakes, lizards, crustaceans, humans, and even the earth itself. With these cycles comes progressions of time, growth, and evolution that incorporates new dimensions, advancements, and new qualities. It's just the way life works. How are we growing and evolving with the advancement of the times to allow ourselves to become more seasoned, affluent, and expert, while also keeping a beginner's mind and allowing ourselves to learn and grow as we go? Ernest Holmes wrote this: "The body of the universe cannot help changing. The eternal activity of spirit within itself, the spirit passing into form, creation eternally going on." So when we have a root source, whether we're human, animal, plant, or other life form, it is through the life cycle that we grow, emerge, and blossom into whatever it is we are supposed to be. Whether it's a leaf on the tree or a grape on the vine, everything grows and then eventually begins to dry out, sometimes due to lack of water or disease or the environmental stress or just the change of season. The leaf withers on the tree until it falls off and composts back into the earth from whence it came. Crabs and lobsters split their shells in order to grow. Moose and deer shed their antlers, and humans shed their skin constantly. This cycle is a good reminder for us as humans to ensure that we have enough water and nutrients, and that we tend to and care for ourselves through the various cycles of life. Whether we shed or lose our dry skin to yield a soft, supple new skin, or allow our leaves to wither and fall, awaiting new leaves to sprout, the life cycle is always in motion, supporting us through this natural evolution and growth. Holmes said this: "Evolution is an eternal unfoldment. Life reveals itself to whoever is receptive to it." So we must die to the old in order to awaken to the new. And life presents moments and opportunities for us to die to the old, irrelevant, outdated, or obsolete. And opportunities await for us to awaken into something greater, different, or even more spectacular. Sometimes it's easier said than done to move from the old to the new. When we've broken in a new pair of shoes or jeans, they become so comfy. Even though they're worn out and ready to be tossed, it can be hard letting go of our favorite or something just familiar. Sometimes we won't let it go willingly, and we're forced then to let it go. Regardless, we have to step into something new and different in its place. Sometimes the new thing is a little lighter, constricted, a little tighter. It has some new components that we have to learn. which can cause a slight inconvenience. But if we flip our view from an inconvenience to learning something new, we can receive the benefit and blessings from it. When we allow for new thinking, we gain a new experience that can be applied to other parts of our lives. We eventually realize that it's not so bad after all for all of us to relinquish the old and awaken to the new. Mark Nepo wrote this: "From the beginning, the key to renewal has been the casting off of old skin." So what lies dormant beneath? A good spiritual practice to uncover what may be lurking in our subconscious that requires something healing or something greater. Sometimes there can be an unhealed trauma beneath the surface that interrupts the flow of our good if not properly addressed and resolved. Similarly, great potential, possibilities, and creativity can be ready to burst through when given the chance. It's good to know what lies beneath and within us so that we can ensure that it is what we consciously want and not something that should be excavated for more healing. Our own inner underground landscape can sabotage our good when we don't know what's there, and it falls within the realm of old stories, heavy baggage, or hurts. Sometimes our inner underground landscape can provide great lessons for us to examine and turn spiritual practice towards revolution. Sorry, it can turn spiritual practice towards resolution. It's better to be in a conscious relationship with our inner underground space than to have our subconscious act on its own and neutralize our effects for a happy, healthy living. Meditation practices can be a good start for examining this inner private space to learn what's lurking and growing there in order to determine proactive steps that we can take. Here it's whale season again, and orca whales brush against each other, and it might look like simple grooming, but it reveals something deeply spiritual. They're likely shedding old skin as well and strengthening social bonds. And they're doing it with and for one another. Isn't that what we all need? We too outgrow parts of ourselves, old stories, outdated fears, and often it's in community where that shedding happens best. A friend who listens, a sister doing your hair. Healing is rarely a solo act. The orcas remind us that renewal is natural and connection is essential. And even in the deep, transformation is a team effort. Find your people, your tribe, your community. Let yourself be softened and made new again. Another quote that is not assigned to anyone in particular. If skin can go from cracked to radiant with a dab of lotion, imagine what spirit can do with the places we've neglected in ourselves. So, in conclusion, what we can proactively nurture, when we can proactively nurture our evolution and growth by choosing to live a conscientious and healthy life. This entails shedding what no longer positively serves our well-being through developing healthier habits and practices for a better way of living. We can move from dry and crackly to soft and subtle by nurturing tender spots deep within us through practices that heal, regenerate, and restore, allowing ourselves to soften rather than toughen, allowing for greater vulnerability to inward inquiry and exploration, awakening to what's there. Then talk it through with a trusted spirit who can support your healing and honest reflection. Determine ways to allow for stretching and growing while becoming more flexible and adaptable. Participate in a trusted community where intention setting and accountability is key and welcomed. Find ways to unpack what may lie in your inner underneath and find healthy ways to address it. Be willing to die to the old and be reborn into the new. Live a healthy, robust, grounded life individually, and then go replicate that in a beloved community. Find ways to explore, expand, and enjoy life to its fullest. The month of December is an opportunity to shed the old and to prepare for the new incoming year. And I'll leave you with this quote. Okay, I've lost my quote. Let me just go back a minute. Leonard Cohen said, "There are cracks in everything, and that's how the light gets in." And now that leads us to our affirmation for the day. As my dead, dry skin peels away, I embrace my rich, soft, and supple self. So now is time for news and updates at our center. We are now meeting at our new location, as I mentioned, and that is at the Living Room Bookstore and Cafe in Cinco de Diciembre. The location is now updated on our website. And if you are interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we do offer courses via Zoom as well as in person. So connect with me or check our website to find out the details. There's also a new survey there for your input for upcoming courses. So please check that out, and then we can plan dates for them. If you would like to have a one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment, please connect with me to arrange a time for this. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this upcoming year, as membership does renew annually, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, then please contact me so you can be sent the current form. I'd also like to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. When you like and comment, it does affect the algorithms that allows for more people to view it. And please feel free to share as well. And let me know if you would be interested in receiving our weekly post on Substack. And now it's time for mindful giving and financial support of our spiritual home. We rely on your support to continue our center here in Vallarta so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. We bless your financial gifts, no matter the amount. Contributions can be made through PayPal or Tithely, through our website, www.cslpv.org. And you'll find the donate buttons on both the landing page as well as on the page where you find the weekly talks. Alternatively, you can still send in a paper check by addressing it to CSLPV number 403 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y 8N1. And now it is time for our offertory affirmation. So please join me if you so choose. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So thank you for coming and sharing this time together. And let's please continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acts of compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. And today, more than ever, we need to stand for peace. Hug your friends, your loved ones, your neighbors. May peace be with you. Blessings and love to all. Namaste.